Don Larsen described his perfect game as an extra good no-hitter. Let's talk about it. Folks, we got trivia and we got coffee. We're getting after it today. Uh, this is a great trivia item. This is one of the most famous games ever pitched in baseball history. Adam, why don't you take it away?
Don Larsen's World Series perfect game is one of the most famous, as you just mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
But there were many Hall of Famers involved in this. At least 6 we know, because here's our question. How many Hall of Famers were in that game? 6, 7, 8, or 9? Aaron, what do you got?
Do we have a specification of whether that includes like managers, umpires, and such, or just players?
Um, Played. So
Played.
how
Okay.
many future Hall of Famers played for the Dodgers and Yankees?
Boy, that's a good number. Lest I take a whole ton of time. Think about it, which I don't know. I'm going to go with 8.
8. Okay, and I'm gonna go 7.
Okay.
This one. Let's take a look, see what we get. The correct answer is 8.
8. Oh, here, I'm on a roll again. Let's go.
You are on a roll. So there were 5 Dodgers and 3 Yankees. The Dodgers were Pee Wee Reese,
Mm-hmm.
Duke Snyder, Jackie Robinson, Gil Hodges, Roy Campanella. And the
Nice.
Yankees, Mickey Mantle, Yogi Berra, Enos Slaughter.
Okay. So a little bit of background as Adam's kind of working on the scoreboard there. So this was 1956 World Series Game 5. It was the series at the time was tied 2 games apiece. Yankees obviously won game 5. Dodgers won game 6. Another fantastic pitchers duel, 1-0 in 10 innings, and the Yankees won game 7, 9-0. So Larsen won World Series MVP, and he was doing an interview on MLB Network. It doesn't say. I don't have the information on when that interview took place, but he said he knew he pitched a no hitter with nobody reaching base, but he didn't know that it was defined as a perfect game, and so he just thought he got an extra good no hitter.
That's classic.
It's a classic.
The first time I remember the first time I learned about this game.
Mm-hmm.
I was in middle school and I wasn't feeling well. And it had been a couple days in a row where I had gone to school, and then during the day at some point I wasn't feeling well. And so then I went to the nurse's room or whatever. And the first day I got picked up by mom or dad, I don't remember. And then the second day, nobody came to pick me up. And I didn't realize this was happening. I was like, oh, I'll just read a book while I'm lying in the nurse's office.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had this book about Mickey Mantle, and he talked about a whole bunch of things from his career, including this game. And I read almost the entirety of this book while I was lying in the nurse's room while no one came to pick me up because they didn't think nobody thought I was that sick. And
Yeah.
so our principal told mom and dad not to come pick me up. I didn't learn about this until later. And so I just laid there for like 4 hours and read a book about Mickey Mantle, in which I
Nice.
learned for the first time about Don Larsen's World Series perfect game.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, it's like these kind of things get really quirky too because like Don Larsen wasn't Sandy Koufax or Whitey Ford. You know, he's not like an incredible. In fact, in 1954, just 2 years before that, he started his career with St. Louis Browns, who became the Baltimore Orioles. He went 3-21 in 1954. I mean, he didn't pitch awfully. He had a 4.37 ERA, which isn't great, but still 3-21. In 56, he was 11-5. I mean, that's aided a lot by the fact that he played on a much better team there in 1956. But yeah, just these things are really quirky. His was the first or the last no hitter, 1956. Not, I mean, perfect game, but in a World Series, it didn't happen again. Like, it just recently happened. 2022, the Astros threw a combined no hitter. Like, was it Christian Javier, Ryan Presley, um, and Brian Abreu and Rafael Montero, all combined for a no hitter against the Phillies in the 2022 World Series. That no hitter was the first one since Don Larsen's perfect game in 1956. So, um, again, a quirky Christian Javier, good pitcher, not Justin Verlander, not, he's not Garrett Cole, he's not one of the elite guys in the league right now. So it gets fluky, it gets fun, but um, this one's a funny story. I love the fact that he called it an extra good no hitter.
It's what it'll always be in history.
Yep. Thanks, folks. Hopefully, this was an extra good session for you. We'll see you tomorrow.